Why is work so boring? Is a video by School of Life that I saw someone share, and they said that it's potentially dangerous, and I watched it, and I found myself agreeing, and so I thought, let's find out why that is. Let's try and pass that out a little bit and see why I think that. So, why is work so boring? I'll just give a quick video summary of it, very, very brief. The video puts forward the idea that people are bored with their jobs because they're doing the same thing every day, and they say this is especially in contrast with the diverse range of play and activities that people were allowed in childhood. And although I agree that people did more learning in childhood in more of a diverse sort of area, I don't know that this video is entirely sort of right in what it's saying, because what I think is, are people actually bored with their jobs, or is this actually a lament to express how they feel that they could provide more than just this job, but fail the confidence to admit that they're not sort of pushing themselves to do that? Because I do a pretty low skilled job and I'm somewhat smart, even I think relative to the job, but I'm not actually bored when I'm doing work. I just enjoy the rush of it. I just get on with it and it's just when I'm not doing work that I'm actually bored. So what's dissatisfying, I think, is actually a feeling that you're wasting an ability or a skill that you have. So in this video, there's this idea that they bring about later on that sort of is a Marxist idea, that people can interchangeably do whatever job it is that they fancy, and sort of interchangeably find their ways into various occupations, and that could sort of somehow be centrally planned and this sort of thing. And what I think is that this idea of people interchangeably doing whatever job they want is dangerous, because it appeals to people that are smart and intelligent but neglected. And I'll explain what I mean by that, because that might not make any particular sense at this point. So, just to give an example, say I worked at a golf course. I could probably, with enough practice, do most of the low-level jobs, such as cutting the grass, some of the basic maintenance inside some of the places, some of the bar work if they had one. I could plausibly see myself within a couple days of learning those jobs, doing them. And so could, I think, a lot of people that are intelligent do those jobs, and they can see themselves doing that, and that's why they sort of think, people could interchangeably fit into all these roles. But the issue with saying that this is something that somehow has to be orchestrated and centrally planned is that that's not a necessary sort of prerequisite for that sort of arrangement where people do multiple jobs. Doing multiple jobs is actually completely plausible and achievable if you're an engaged person that can network with other staff members, convince other people of one's own competence, and just prove in general that you can turn your hand to whatever you're put to. You can go up to different managers, say, could I do this? And unless there is some sort of legal reason as to why you can't do it, or unless some sort of regulation, or unless your company has some sort of standardized policy against that, people could work their way into being both someone who works in a bar and someone who works, say, in a grounds team, assuming that there's contracts and that sort of thing, which people could sort of write up. But there are people I think a lot of young men that feel that they could do the same jobs that others do, and they maybe even could, but they're vain and have too little self-respect to ask people in positions of authority, such as supervisors and managers, for what they want. They have like this vanity where it's like, oh no, people should be able to tell that I'm so good and that I'm like so worthy that people should just ask me. And this idea, this Marxist idea that the state should be orchestrating this, appeals to their vanity by saying, yeah, of course, people should have not only noticed that, but that should be like the way in which the entirety of society should work. Whereas there are actually, plenty of people who are very happy and fine in specialising in a particular field and feel that they can excel at jobs much better doing that way, and that's what we have seen, through capitalism, or at least the remnants of capitalism that we have. So yeah, I think in this video, referring to the School of Life video, I just wanted to explain one way in which Marxism is insidious in appealing to people with, some vanity and some lack of guidance in being confident and putting themselves out there, and really learning how to communicate in order to get what it is that you want out of your working environment or your life. And it's very likely, I presume, unconscious on the part of the people making the video, on the part of School of Life. This sort of thinking is so much a part of media nowadays. It's so part of our sort of social zeitgeist, and I just merely giving you a taste of what it is that you likely see already to some degree. Anyway, that's the video. Thanks, guys.